KUAM TVH, first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. Cars Plus, Guam's automotive leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
How soon could students return here to their Jigo campus? The question back on the table as Gov Guam seeks construction companies interested in rebuilding Simon Sanchez High. I'm Julian Hernandez with the full report coming up.
What have local investigators learned after 5 days since Saipan's first homicide in at least 2 years? I'm Tomas Panglonia with the full report as investigators give the latest update.
Today is Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, the legislature recognizing officers for keeping our community safe. I'm Matsuki Hirayama with what keeps these officers going.
Half a day and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Thank you so much for starting your week here with us.
Well, we begin with a KUAM exclusive involving a deadly shooting of a Korean tourist in Tumon. A first look now with the suspect's getaway car.
KUAM obtaining a screenshot of the video surveillance authorities now have as part of their investigation. Take a look. Investigators have said they are looking for a dark-colored SUV. The image given to KUAM shows, again, a dark-colored Toyota 4Runner. This now allowing police the chance to narrow down their search for the two suspects. But they are still looking to the community for help.
Investigators now head into day 6 of searching for 2 men involved in that deadly armed robbery in Tumon that happened last week. It was on the night of January 4th along Gun Beach Road. As KUAM reported, the shooting led to the death of a visitor from Korea who was on island celebrating his retirement. Guam police only able to find out that the suspects were in the SUV that you saw earlier on your screen and that both suspects are men.
And despite multiple pleas for the community's assistance and a $50,000 reward, authorities have not yet received any additional leads to help them track down the pair. Now, if you have any information regarding the Tumon shooting, you are asked to call police at 671-475-8615 or 8617.
And now to a tragic development in the homicide investigation on Saipan. The second victim passed away due to blunt force trauma last night after fighting for her life since being found last Thursday with her partner.
Regional correspondent Tomas Panglonia joins us now from Saipan with the latest development as authorities just wrapped up a press conference.
After 5 days of investigation, CNMI police have released the identities of the victims in the double homicide that happened in Finasisu on Saipan last week. The male victim is Jingdong Wang. He was 57 years old and was an electrician. The female victim, her name was Shuping Liu, also known as Lily. She was 52 years old and a teacher at a private school in Saipan. She passed away last night at the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. The Department of Public Safety also holding a press conference late today to describe in more detail what they've learned in the past few days since the report was made to their apartment building in Finasisu. They say that a family member has arrived on island to identify the victims and that they've also identified more than one person of interest in this case who they will be reaching out to in the coming days. They also tell us that an autopsy has been completed and they are waiting for that report from the medical examiner. We'll have more on KUAM.com and we'll have the full press conference on our KUAM YouTube channel and KUAM News Facebook page. I'm Tomas Panglonia reporting on Saipan.
He's accused of sending sexually explicit images to a young boy. 23-year-old John Mendiola charged with indecent electronic display to a child. Court documents state Mendiola allegedly sent pornographic videos of himself to the 14-year-old boy. The alleged victim's parents became suspicious after the child came home with gifts from the defendant. Mendiola allegedly admitting to police that he sent the images to the boy, adding he loves him.
A man convicted of strangulation and assault in a kidnapping reported last summer gets 9 years in the Department of Corrections prison. Ray David Flores Jr. was sentenced before Judge Vernon Perez in Superior Court. He was also convicted of committing the crime while on felony release. Attorney General Doug Moylan applauding the victim, identified as Stephen Scroggs, stating he helped a woman in distress before he was then attacked. It was said in court that drugs is the underlying issue in this case. Now, the judge stating Flores could have killed the woman were it not for Scroggs' bravery. As KUAM reported, Flores and co-defendant Anselmo Jose Antolon were indicted on kidnapping charges after prosecutors alleged the pair forced Scroggs into a car in Chalampago at gunpoint, threatening to shoot. The victim told authorities Flores also assaulted him and used a tie to strangle him before he eventually escaped.
One of the teens accused in an attempted home invasion in Mongmong has denied his request to have his case tossed. Defendant Alex Oweni argued prosecutors did not have enough evidence to charge him with the crime. The 17-year-old is among two others indicted on attempted home invasion and attempted burglary-related charges tried as adults. Court documents state Alex Oweni and co-defendants Jerim Onichi and Sander Oweni allegedly tried to enter a Mongmong residence last January to attack someone inside. Onichi also allegedly damaged the victim's car with a machete. Superior Court Judge Alberto Tolentino issued his decision denying Alex Oweni's request, stating prosecutors do have enough evidence.
More than 3 pounds of marijuana is seized in the mail. Recently unsealed records in the District Court of Guam detail the warrants executed by the feds last month. The first was on December 13th, where investigators found 904 grams of marijuana in a package that was sent to a post office box in Dededo. The item was sent from Temple City, California. The second warrant was executed on December 18th. The feds seizing 480 grams of marijuana found in a package sent to a home in Santa Rita from Summerlin, Nevada. No one has been charged in connection to either cases.
It's been a long and understandably frustrating wait, but the Simon Sanchez High Sharks could go back to their Jigo campus soon, new and improved.
The Department of Public Works had just released their official request for proposal to have a construction company hit the ground running on the Jigo campus. Julian Hernandez reports.
It's been a long overdue decades wait, but it seems that soon the ball will get rolling for the new Simon Sanchez High School in Jigo to be built. The Department of Public Works sent out a request for a proposal, an announcement, for a construction manager to lead the construction of the new campus. This comes after, during a legislature hearing last month, DPW stated they will take on the project but will move forward once a construction manager is secured.
This construction of the new Simon Sanchez High School is estimated anywhere from 120 to 140 million dollars. It's a lot of money, right? And it's huge. So we're going to err on the side of caution. The construction manager, as we envision it today, and when I say construction manager, it's not an individual, it's a firm. Will come in and review the present design, the present the drawings and architectural designs, and look at it for compliance, of course, with code. There's been a lot of talk that the school population is decreasing. So, are we building a school for 2,200 students, or are we building a school for 1,600 students? That's a big difference.
In the rebuild, he did not want a repeat of the mistakes later noticed whenever Southern High School was constructed.
I remember back when we had the South Pacific Games back in '99. We spent a lot of money getting that school up to spec, so that it could be part of the South Pacific Games. We did the track, we did the field, we did the pool and everything. And then I look at where we are today.
According to the RFP documents, the total cost to bring in a firm to serve as a construction manager will be about $7 million.
That's our cost estimate of what it's going to take for a construction manager to come on board from now to review the designs, the specs, the to come up with estimated construction costs, to assist us in putting the bid package together for the construction, and then to take us all the way through construction.
Ariola says if all goes well without any issue, it will only take about 2 to 2.5 years to have the high school ready for occupancy. However, even with the release of the RFP, Sanchez High alum Senator Roy Kanata still has some reservations. He's long been pushing for the high school to be built since he first came into public office a year ago.
It's been a long time struggle. Even the classes before me, we still continue to fight for it being rebuilt. I understand that we've been having some difficulties procuring and all the legal battles. Once upon a time, it was transferred from GITA to the DOE, and then now I transferred it back to DPW to get the procurement process done.
Despite the hurdles, he still considers it a win for the school and promises present and past Sharks they'll be back on their campus.
I think it is a milestone, but my major groundbreaking is all I really want to see, the ribbon cutting and having the next generation have a new school, new facility, and a new campus.
Although the RFP was just released yesterday, Areola says that 3 companies have already showed interest, giving the director hope that the project will start soon. DPW will also be working with local architectural firm Taniguchi Ruth Macchio Architects, who have designed the new Simon Sanchez campus. Julian Hernandez, KUAM News.
Safety in the island's public schools is what some education board members are set to discuss at an upcoming work session.
Hoping the threat of school gun violence remains a nightmare instead of a chilling reality. Guam Education Board member Angel Sablan advocating for a holistic approach to ensuring the safety of our public schools.
A cause for concern. Guam Education Board member and chair of GEB's Safe and Healthy Schools Committee, Angel Sablan, wants preventative action when it comes to gun violence on campus.
It causes concern for me, and I'm sure other board members, because we need a safe environment, not just in our buses, but in our entire school system. And right now we lack, student aides, teacher aides. We lack school resource officers, which we want to bring back. But there's basic things that we really can do to at least show the students, show the parents that we're serious about this. Maybe like random school bag checks or metal detectors. We've got to think of things that would make a student think twice before he does it.
His reaction follows last week's incident at George Washington High School, where a student attempted to bring an airsoft gun on campus. And though that may have been a false alarm, the shadow of gun violence looms large nationwide, underscored by the recent school shooting in Perry, Iowa. Just days ago, a 17-year-old Iowa teen took the life of one and left others injured before turning the gun on himself.
We have to stop it. So your children, your family, your friends can leave your home, walk the streets, go to stores, go to the grocery store, and go to church to be safe from gun violence. There's no excuse for this carnage.
It's a tragedy Sablan never wants to see happen in schools here at home. He suggests beefing up security measures, in addition to another critical factor in ensuring school safety, understanding the psychological and mental state of students.
But maybe it's something mental, maybe it's something psychological. And we have to look at that too. We can build all the walls we want and do security at every checkpoint in the school, but if we don't take care of our students as far as psychological and mental well-being of themselves, we're not going to stop this problem.
Sablan also emphasizing the importance of parental intervention and multi-agency support in tackling the issue. The topic of student violence already sparking discussions between government and education officials alongside law enforcement. The
Attorney General already started getting us together to see whether or not what kind of ideas we can come up with, solutions that we can offer. And that's great and good. But like I said, we've got to make every department become more involved, to support GDOE, from our executive branch to our legislative branch, even to the judiciary. We've got to all work together.
It's work that Sablan says he's dedicated to, as GEB's Safe and Healthy Schools Committee will focus on the topic in its upcoming work session. Meantime, the incident regarding the GW student and the airsoft gun remains under investigation, while Sablan maintains a zero-tolerance stance on the matter.
Zero tolerance. If you're going to do this, you're going to be expelled. And until we put something, and it should be also in the school policies and in the handbooks of our students, that if you carry a gun to school, you're not going to be going to school anymore.
Time for a quick break, but keep it here.
You're watching KUAM, your leader in local news.
KUAM TV8 is now streaming live on Peacock.
Expected to participate in the parade.
Get your local news and weather at home or on the go.
Building a home on Guam is to make sure it's stifling.
Plus your favorite NBC shows. From Today to The Tonight Show, live.
We're so happy that you're joining us.
You guys ready for this?
And so much more.
The OGs are back.
Oh, what a treat.
All in one place. Streaming now on Peacock.
What's better than a cheesy bite? Cheese in every bite. That's why we invented stuffed crust pizza, topped and stuffed with almost a pound of cheese. There's only one original. The original stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
In 2022, the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 5 won the award for World Car of the Year. So, of course, the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 6 just had to go out and win World Car of the Year for 2023. Because everyone knows how competitive sibling rivalries can be. World Car of the Year, 2 years in a row.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
Mickey D's McCrispy. Formerly known as the Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now has some respect on his name. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Real talk. The Spicy Crispy Chicken Sandwich should have been named Spicy McCrispy from jump. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Zoom zoom! 'Tis the season for speed, and Docomo Pacific is putting prepaid customers in the fast lane. Starting November 3rd, 2023 to January 31st, 2024, every $5 prepaid card purchase from a participating store gives Docomo Pacific customers a chance to win a brand new Mazda 3. So load up at participating stores and drop off your entry to any Docomo Pacific retail store. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply. Visit DocomoPacific.com for details.
What you need to know from the Northern Marianas. Follow KUAM CNMI on Instagram for the latest regional headlines.
Welcome back to Prime Time. CNMI residents are filling up a new public bus route launched just over a month ago.
Regional correspondent Tomas Minglotny reports on the progress of expanding access to public transportation.
With the new year, we're excited to realize 5,337 passengers that chose to use public transportation. And we're very grateful to the community for their patience and understanding. And we look forward to adding additional routes this year, which we're really excited about.
Transit CNMI has been busy moving residents, helping thousands get to where they need to be just in the last month on their new public bus line along Beach Road on Saipan.
Surprisingly, almost every stop, there's usually one community member ready to take our route. So we're seeing a lot of different. There's a big mix, a lot coming from the Garapan area into the southern part of our area on the island, and then also vice versa. And we see soccer players using it from Paseo de Marianas and getting dropped off at the soccer pitch, or community members that want to shop at the tourist district, or even tourists that use it from PIC and get dropped off at the Isle of Saipan bus stop. So it's a mix of both.
The bus route was free in 2023, but this year it costs $1 for each trip on the Blue Line. It's 50 cents for students, veterans, active duty military, senior citizens, and individuals with disabilities. Day passes are also available for $5 per day to the general public, or at a discounted $2.50 for those same groups.
Our ultimate goal is to connect this island with 4 routes that have been identified. And so our team is working very hard to ensure that we layer in and close Route 1. So we're looking at Route 1A, and that's the middle road that will cover NMC into CHCC and then again connect into the Paseo de Marianas. So that will close and complete the Blue Line Route 1. And so with that, we want to make sure that we probably also gauge if we need to do feeder routes. We're hearing a lot of interest in the Cagman area, the Asma Twist, North Side area. And so we want to be able to ensure that what we do and how we do it and how we complete each route is sustainable so that this public transportation system can work and can stay for everybody.
The Commonwealth Office of Transit Authorities also seeking more bus drivers, dispatching team members, and transit operators. While their programs are largely federally funded, they're also hoping to see local support through the budget.
Public transportation is a need. It's not a want. It's not a luxury. It is a definite need. And so to be able to provide this option to move our community around, Tomas, is such a fulfilling position for our government into the community. And we're really grateful to be able to do our part.
Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News, Saipan.
Thanks, Tomas. Well, the Federal Aviation Administration has approved the process for airlines to inspect grounded Boeing 737 MAX 9 jets so that they can return to service. According to the FAA's website, the Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes remain grounded until operators complete enhanced inspections, which include the left and right cabin door exit plugs, door components, and fasteners.
The emergency inspections come after a section of an Alaska Airlines flight, 737 MAX 9 aircraft, blew out late Friday. Since preliminary expectations began Saturday, United Airlines says it has found loose bolts on some of their Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes. Now, a key discovery tied to that Alaska Airlines mid-air scare, investigators have found the blown-out piece of that jet in an Oregon backyard. Tom Costello reports.
This morning, a critical discovery after that very close call in the skies.
I'm excited to announce that we found the door plug.
The NTSB saying overnight a teacher in Portland contacted investigators after he found the missing piece, a door plug, in his backyard 2 days after the decompression explosion at 16,000 feet, which twisted and bent nearby seats and sucked the headrests and cushions out of the 737 MAX 9.
Alaska, or Seattle, Alaska, 1282, we just detected, we're declaring emergency.
One teenage boy had his shirt pulled off of him. A sock was found stuck in the plane's frame. One flight attendant suffered a knee injury. The NTSB chief says if it had happened at a cruising altitude, 34,000 feet, it could have been deadly, with passengers pulled out of the hole.
There could have been some significant consequences for the passengers that were seated in that area of the plug and throughout the cabin, really.
As cold wind ripped through the cabin, the force of the explosion pulled the cockpit door open, slamming it against the lavatory. Passengers describe terror on board.
There was a big boom or a mini explosion in the rear of the plane.
My focus in that moment was just breathe into the oxygen mask and trust that the flight crew will do everything they can to keep us safe.
It happened behind the plane's left wing, where a hole is cut for an optional emergency exit. But Alaska Airlines didn't need it, so the door was plugged and sealed, leaving an ordinary window. Investigators will look at whether that plug was properly bolted in place during manufacturing. Meanwhile, the FAA has grounded 171 MAX 9s in the U.S., forcing Alaska and United Airlines to cancel hundreds of flights.
Well, one of the 2 officers who were injured a week ago in Hawaii when trying to catch a Moanalua freeway shooter has been identified as 40-year-old Keikoa Flores. Flores has ties to Guam and is also the son of retired Guam Police Department Lieutenant Barry Flores. It was on the morning of January 2nd when the pair of officers with the Honolulu Police Department were trying to apprehend the suspect who led officers on a lengthy car chase. The incident ending with a shootout in the university area where the suspect was shot and killed. That suspect had been wanted by the authorities for attempted murder since December 16th.
Flores is currently home and recovering from the tragic incident and remains in good spirits. Flores has been an officer with HPD for 5 years.
Well, putting their lives on the line, the 37th Guam Legislature recognizing officers and staff on National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day at the People's House.
It's a day to celebrate all the men and women putting their lives on the line to keep our community safe. Matsuki Hirayama has more.
Senators commending officers and staff for their commitment, sacrifice, and dedication on National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. The Legislative Public Safety Committee awarding 12 resolutions.
We just had a graduation for these fine officers on Friday. Let's give it up for the Department of Parks and Rec.
The Day of Recognition has longtime officers like Airport Police Lieutenant Dean Delgado looking back on what got them into the force.
It all started right after high school. I joined the military and I served my country in Desert Storm, Desert Shield. Then I realized that I had a calling for law enforcement.
A call to duty he answered 27 years ago following the footsteps of his uncle.
First in the family is actually who inspired me to join was my uncle Joe Carbolito. So he's a major in the Guam Police.
His inspiration, now his motivation to continue to serve and protect.
What keeps me going is just serving our island, you know, as one, working with other law enforcement entities to, you know, protect our people here.
For Department of Corrections officer recruit Catherine Short, she'll be the first in her family to serve.
I just turned 20. I genuinely want to help inmates rehabilitate themselves instead of just serve their time and come back out doing what they did that got them in there.
The young recruit is finishing up an intensive training cycle and is excited to get her badge this Friday.
It's been tough, you know. I guess it's meant to rebuild our character, make us stronger, make us, you know, handle things a lot easier and know what to do.
Another correction officer recruit, Mark Borja, agreeing it's been a tough 3 months.
It's a learning experience for each and every one of us, and it's definitely an eye-opener. You know, it's a reality check of what this job really does, and it's not really easy what most people would think or say.
But he wants prospective law enforcement recruits to know this.
If you take passion in your dreams, and my dream was to be in law enforcement and serve my community, then I say go for it. It's something that's definitely achievable.
Meanwhile, Short wants the community to know that correction officers are committed to helping inmates get back on the right track.
About DOC and the officers, they all really do respect the inmates. They treat them as the humans that they are, and they are genuinely trying to rehabilitate them. It's not like some people perceive that, you know, we're treating them inhumane or we're not treating them fairly. We are really doing our best to help them change.
Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Here is a view captured of the iconic Managaha in turquoise waters just off Saipan.
This view plus more music streaming on Isla Digital Radio.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
For the first time in 30 years, Coors Light has an ad in the big game.
Actually, this is a Miller Lite commercial.
Mountain Cold Refreshment. It's Miller time. Great taste. Less filling. Cold as the Rockies. Coors commercial. Miller commercial.
Actually, it's a Blue Moon commercial.
Happy new phone! Start the new year off right with a brand new phone from GTA. For a limited time, trade in your old phone and get an extra $300 off your new phone with any unlimited plan. Say goodbye to that cracked screen and say hello to the latest 5G phones. We accept over 100 types, any condition, even lock. Get more with GTA. More 5G coverage, more unlimited plans, more savings. Visit gta.net for more info. GTA. We start with you.
There it is. My dad went EV.
It's electric. Don't be shocked.
The guy who's eternally locked out of his email is going EV. Ooh, nice car.
Actually, it's an EV. Rhymes with Kev. Look, EVIP parking.
I get it. You think they don't charge fast enough or go far enough.
Up to 80% charge in 18 minutes.
Range? Heck, we could go to Mexico.
Are you Kevin Bacon?
But EVs aren't going to stop anything. Look at the Ioniq 6.
Maca mushroom frap for Kevin.
So just make the leap already.
Okay, watch this. Blue or red? Blue light, red light. I can also make it play nature sounds if you want.
Let's just drive.
Introducing the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 6 with up to 360-mile range. When it comes to EVs, we're thinking of every mile.
KUAM Sports Ambassadors is brought to you by Subway, Powerade, and Body Armor.
Let's go defense. Come on, come on.
Fellas on 3, 1, 2, 3.
For the Guam High softball team this season, 3 is a magic number. These Panthers are on the hunt for their 3rd straight league championship. They're led by a coaching staff with a skipper in her 3rd year. They're committing to getting 3 outs with dominant pitching and disciplined defense. And they're going to have to do it with just 3 returnees from last year's squad and just 1 senior.
It's definitely a lot of pressure going up for a 3-peat. People are expecting us to perform. And I think just going into the season, we're really excited. We're really excited for another season and more opportunities to play. We've really built a strong cohesion with the other schools on island, and we really enjoy playing against them, working with the other coaches, and getting to know most of the teams.
Still, the program is a model for success, is played the right way, and was built to perform at a championship level. But this doesn't mean another trophy is a guarantee, and that keeps them hungry.
You gave the speech of the season, I remember last year. And
at the end of the day, this championship game is not given, you understand? This championship game is earned. Don't act like we're going to be here every year. Prove it that we're going to be here every year. You showed us out there who we are. You play for your seniors, you play for your high school, you play for your family, you play for love and respect of this game. You got it? I told you at the end of the beginning of the season, ain't nobody going to beat us but yourself. And right now, you're going to prove it. So then we're going to prove that nobody beats us but us, you understand?
How do you get them back to having that mentality and wanting to work for it?
Yeah, it's all about the mindset, right? You know, as coaches, we do the best that we can to get them prepared, but ultimately it's them performing on the field, right? And it's not about impressing the coaches. Obviously, it's about, you know, making mom and dad proud, or whoever's out there, but most importantly is make themselves proud, right? Create the memories for them and their sisters on the field, because it takes a team of 9 on the field, but ultimately 11, 12, 13, whatever is on the team, it's ultimately up to that. It's just to kind of go out there and play for each other. Let's play ball!
They're coming off a title run that saw then sophomore pitcher Bryn Hart be named league MVP. But at Guam High, their shared attitude is that it takes all 9 of us to win.
But it definitely takes a whole team mentality, but also making sure the girls know that they can't just ride on her, because they can't put that pressure on her to always just get up and strike everybody out. that they have to be ready to perform and know exactly what to do and be ready for the ball to come to them. So it requires that everybody be on their game all the time.
Guam High also has a unique challenge you may not have considered. As a military-affiliated school, their player turnover rate is higher than anyone else. A constantly rotating roster, says Coach Amanda Mansell, means having to manage team chemistry different.
We have a almost completely new team this year. So we have to really build that team camaraderie and build the girls up to have that so that they're leaning on each other. We definitely lost some key players for Guam High this year. So we definitely took a big hit as far as PCSing and graduation. But we're optimistic and we think it's all going to work out great.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Panthers on 3, 1, 2, 3. Panthers!
Coach Dan Soto uses a simple mission, not unlike the one he uses as a sergeant major for his Marines up at Camp Blas, to get these athletes on the same page and motivated to achieve the same goal.
The hard work is going to always beat out talent, no matter what. And it's a team of 9 out on the field at one time that's going to play the other team. So if they work hard and they work together, they're going to achieve the victory. And I just make them enjoy the game. It's really about enjoying it, right? It's learning and it's working hard. And once they get across those lines, it's all about business. But it's more about that sisterhood and the fun they're having out there. And that fun translates into the hard work and pride and working with each other out there.
And there's also the matter of their strength of schedule. This year's team doesn't have an easy road ahead because in only their second game of the year, they're going to face a certain opponent just down the hill that's always given them some trouble.
But second always is Academy, and Academy is our top rivalry. I love all the coaching staff over at Academy and all the kids over there, but they're definitely the one that we're always kind of head-to-head with as far as the talent that we have on our teams, but they definitely have been together longer.
And Coach Soto, himself a lifelong Mets fan, reminds all his players that even with the responsibility of a championship chase, they're writing their history, and softball is always a fun game.
A good leader elevates the others around them, right? And that's the message we preach to our upperclassmen, right? Our juniors and our seniors, and even the returning, sophomores that we have. Their job is to elevate the others, and that means show the example, work hard, run each lap that they do hard, throw each ball correctly, do the fundamentals and the techniques, and from there it'll translate and make the other girls want to be with them in one cohesive unit.
Above all, the coaches preach the most valuable skill anyone needs when out on the diamond.
I preach to them, it's for the love of the game, it's for the respect of the game, and it's for playing for each other on the field. If they can build that early and often, there'll be no stopping them this season.
Here we go! G! We just can't hide it! Our Panther pride is! We are the best! G-H-S! Here we go! G! We just can't hide it! Our Panther pride is! We are the best! G-H-S! Panthers on 3, 1, 2, 3! Panthers!
KUAM Sports Ambassadors is brought to you by Subway, Powerade, and Body Armor.
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
I have been waiting exactly 7 days to do this segment because my dear friends Liz and Gino from Remax Diamond Realty Guam are here. And of course, we told you last week that there was the first public hearing that these two have been chopping at the bit to discuss about parental subdivisions and about the possibility where we could finally be able to develop on property that is in that basically no develop zone. So ladies, take it away. You guys were at the public hearing. What are your initial thoughts and how was it?
Well, the public hearing, I think the first segment of the public hearing, they had Guam EPA and other government entities testify regarding their stance about development in the north. And of course, coming from a government standpoint, Guam EPA put out a lot of statistics on how it would affect our groundwater. And the interesting part is they're putting statistics on the pollution level and how in developing more in the northern area would pollute the groundwater. Of course, they went over their numbers and whatever, and then they allowed for us, the rest of us, to come forward to speak. But that part of the hearing well, there are two parts of the hearing. There was one earlier, an oversight hearing, which was pretty dominated by the government positioning their stance. But it seemed like it was preparatory to have that in place before we had the public hearing in the afternoon at 1:30 to go over it. But then again, even at the public hearing, they allowed again the government to go forward and speak before they allowed us to come forward on the second panel. And I'll tell you, the morning session ate up all the time. In fact, Gina and I left around lunchtime and it was still going on. And then in the afternoon, when we came back, I don't think the hearing ended until what, Gina, 7 at night? When
we left at 6, but that's something. It was an eye opener to see how long, when the legislature's in session.
At the
how
same
long
time, though, ladies, I would say that is kind of indicative of how many people on either side of the argument, want to voice their own position or their own response to this issue.
Yeah, exactly. And the government, of course, put in their position about how allowing more homes to be built would pollute the water system. But I think David Damian, who's also a realtor, and he actually put in place a nitrate system, the nitrate system, and he's been doing this for like 13 years, which has been frustrating for him because he's proven that the system works. And of course, testifying that he's got a system that works, so why would there be any opposition to it? But I love his analogy where he said, if you took drops of water over a carpet, how long is it going to take for that water to penetrate at the bottom of the carpet versus taking a bucket of water and pouring it over the carpet, and how that will speed up in terms of getting to the bottom of the carpet. But he was using the analogy in reference to septic systems in the north versus leaking sewer lines, and that he has videos, and I mean, from his history and his dad's history of working in the wastewater system, he knows for a fact that a lot of the pollution probably would stem from leaking sewer lines. So that was very interesting. But again, Gina and I, of course, we found that the senators had some issues about a free-for-all. And Gina explained to them that there are different parts of the law that addresses that, and that you can't lump it all together to say that if we did allow for the nitrate systems to allow for people to develop in the northern area over the aquifer, that that it's supposed to help the system avoid the pollution that they're looking at. But Gina can talk about the two disparities about parental subdivisions and about decedent maps. That is another issue we're fighting on.
Okay, and Gina, how loud did your voice get? Did you have to kind of center yourself?
No, she was very good and very factual.
Right on. Were you pleased at how much time you were allotted to speak, and did you felt you got every thought that you had out, and did you articulate
that? I was pleased at the fact that we finally have an opportunity to speak about this issue, because we've been wanting this bill. We've been advocating for the longest time to just update our sewer and septic tank systems, which is this type 4. I've never quite understood the idea that if EPA is asking for this system, and we've had a person here on Guam who brought it in 2010, and he has been testing this. This is not like an indoor system, but it is the type of system that EPA has been promoting.
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Okay, everybody, January, if you didn't know, is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, and I have the one and only Nona Perez, my very, very dear friend, someone who cares about educating the community and giving us opportunities to come together to battle cancer as one island family. Nona, thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you so much for having me, Jason. It's always good to be on here.
Okay, now, we are standing behind anybody going through their cancer journey, immediate patients, their caregivers, family members, anybody in the whole system of care, right? So throughout January, we want you guys to know, whatever color you're wearing right now, the teal is for real, especially on Friday.
Yes, this Friday is our second annual Cervical Cancer Awareness Wave. We invite the whole community to come out and support this wave. This will give hopes to our warriors, our caregivers, our survivors, and most especially their family members who may have lost a family member to cervical cancer.
And of course, I was there at the last cancer wave, which we had for breast cancer a couple of months ago. It was so amazing to see, you know, the healthcare practitioners, you know, the students, family members, total strangers, all standing together, united. They made signs. They, you know, they were waving. They were playing music. It was such a positive and uplifting experience, Nona.
Yes, it's really great. And for our patients who drive by and see the support they have from our community is very heartwarming to them and to us.
Okay, so we're talking about, of course, if we're going to have a wave, we have to have it at ITC intersection over in Tumon. So what's the parking situation and what corner can we go to?
So I spoke with Mayor Luis Rivera, and you can park at the previous Forever 21 parking lot. We have the sides for permission to wave at the ITC intersection over at the Peace Park, which is the mayor, Tumon Mayor's office, and then also over at FHP. Yes, and also at FHP. So we have the two corners.
Okay, and if you are not going to be joining us on either corner, as Nona just said, if you're a motorist and you're going in some sort of direction, you know, honk your horn that you can participate too. That is absolutely the way to show your support and show everybody who's going through their own cancer journey, especially cervical cancer during this month, that we stand with them.
Absolutely. We will have survivors and warriors out there joining us. So if you're a motorist, honk your horn, show them your support, and we'll wave right back at you.
All right, Nona, I will see you there. Well, 4 o'clock, but 3:30 showtime, because, you know, we Guamanians, we want to get there early.
Yes, get there early.
The deal is for real, as I said, and we are going to come together as a community to show our support for cervical cancer awareness month. Nona, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Jason.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo's Select Care.
Half a day, I'm Claire Calvo bringing you your weekly renewal. For this week's weekly renewal, we'd like to introduce Calvo Select Care Wellness Partners. Select Care has been a proud sponsor of the show for over 10 years. When you insure yourself and your family with Calvo Select Care, you gain a wealth of opportunities to get fit and well and thrive in great health. Calvo Select Care believes that wellness is not just the absence of disease. Wellness involves you enjoying life and living your life with meaning and purpose. Select Care's wellness partners can help you achieve that and more. Now, let's check out who our Select Care wellness partners are and get a glimpse into what they have to offer. Looking ahead, our next few segments on the weekly renewal will feature key individuals from our wellness partnerships who will talk to us about their valuable health programs a bit more in depth. Give us detail on how they actually work and how Calvo Select Care makes it easier to get involved. Thank you. I will see you next time on your weekly renewal.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me, count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Yeah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
There it is. My dad went EV.
It's electric. Don't be shocked.
The guy who's eternally locked out of his email is going EV. Ooh, nice car.
Actually, it's an EV. Rhymes with Kev.
Look, EVIP parking.
I get it. You think they don't charge fast enough or go far enough.
Up to 80% charge in 18 minutes.
Range? Heck, we could go to Mexico.
Are you Kevin Bacon?
But EVs aren't going to stop being a thing. Look at the Ioniq 6.
Maca mushroom frap for Kevin.
So just make the leap already.
Okay, watch this. Blue or red? Blue light, red light. I can also make it play nature sounds if you want.
Let's just drive.
Introducing the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 6 with up to 360-mile range. When it comes to EVs, we're thinking of every mile.
Zoom, zoom! 'Tis the season for speed, and Docomo Pacific is putting prepaid customers in the fast lane. Starting November 3rd, 2023 to January 31st, 2024, every $5 prepaid card purchase from a participating store gives Docomo Pacific customers a chance to win a brand new Mazda 3. So load up at participating stores and drop off your entry to any Docomo Pacific retail store. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply. Visit DocomoPacific.com for details.
Tonight is now chicken night?
Oh, yes, it's chicken night. Don't talk about chicken night. Oh, yes, it's chicken night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night.
Make it a chicken night with KFC's $25 fill-up box.
It's kinda making good.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by J. Goodman, a happiness company.
In this week's Giving Every Tuesday, we shine the light on GTA and their efforts with GTA Gives. GTA reintroduced its exclusive We Start With You commemorative tote bag designed by local artist Austin Domingo. Each bag was priced at $10, with all proceeds directed towards Manetlu, a local nonprofit organization dedicated to educating and empowering children and families for over 2 decades. Formerly known as Big Brothers Big Sisters of Guam, Manetlu has expanded its services, hosting a variety of empowering programs for youth and support services for families. Vice President of Product and Marketing Nate DeKnight says, as a company deeply rooted in community, they recognize the significance of giving back. With GTA Gives, their commitment extends far beyond the holiday season. It's a year-round pledge to turn each day into opportunity for meaningful impact. But that's not all. In a heartwarming display of community spirit, members of the GTA Familia recently volunteered at Harvest House. Each of them dedicated their time to organize toys for a big Christmas event for the nonprofit. Recognizing the significance of supporting local foster children, the team's collective efforts showcased their overall commitment to corporate social responsibility and strengthened internal bonds. Their enthusiasm not only contributed to the success of their holiday celebration, but also inspired a broader sense of community engagement, emphasizing the positive impact that even small acts of kindness can have during the festive season. With this week's Giving Every Tuesday, Jonagan Charfres, KUAM News.
Hot today and go blue. We got some sports on today's News Bite. So first off, the Guam Women Masters Softball Club. I've hosted these ladies. They're absolutely amazing. They love the game. They love Guam. They are going to represent us, and they need our help. So they're hosting a bingo fundraiser to make that exactly happen. It's on the 14th from 2 to 6 p.m. over at the Jonia Community Center. Just $3 a game. Have some fun, play bingo, and help these amazing ladies go out and represent us on the diamond. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, and they play very, very well. Super excited to see how they do out in the mainland. Help fundraise for Guam players in other sports and use to compete in off-island competitions by taking part in a 2-versus-2 Guam Open Beach Volleyball Tournament. Men's and women's divisions with prizes for first, second, third, also on the 14th. Registration time starts at 8 a.m. so you can play some volleyball in the morning. Go check out and play bingo to help our women's softball team in the afternoon. And in construction news, if you're in the CNMI, you can find out at NM Tech how to get involved in construction. Begin your career in a very lucrative industry. That's on the 16th. Make sure to register for that. Back to you guys for the rest of the show. As I said, and we'll keep saying, go blue.
It's birthday wishes time.
Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout-out submitted on KUAM.com.
Happy Tuesday birthday to Riley Salas Cruz, who celebrates birthday number 6 this year. And your shout out, Riley, says, we hope you have a great day and we all love you very much from your family. Happiest 8th birthday to the first grand blessing, Zaimani Nicole Pakaigui Pangilinan. May God shower you with lots of more family love, hugs, kisses, peace, and joy. They say you definitely bring out the best in all of us and say, keep on smiling and shining, our princessa, because you deserve the very best. The Bellator's Familia says, we will always love you forever. Happy 80th birthday to Irene Sudo Uggan and Mom and Grandma. On this remarkable milestone, we're overwhelmed with gratitude for the incredible woman you are. 8 decades of your wisdom, love, and strength have shaped our lives in ways words cannot express. May your day, this day, be filled with joy, surrounded by the warmth of family who cherish you as much as we do. Today we celebrate you, and may the coming years bring you continued health, happiness, and moments of pure bliss. Your wisdom is an inspiration to us all, and we are blessed to call you Mom and Grandma. We love and miss you dearly, they say with the heart emoji. Happy birthday number 11 to Haley Donatus from your appreciative family. And Kaden, you are blessed, you are loved, and now you are 6. May all your wishes come true. Happy birthday, Kaden. Love always, your family.
Happy birthday to all of you celebrating out there today. That's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Have a great evening and stay beautiful.